Real Estate Show, where we talk about everything real estate here in Abuja and, of course, Nigeria in general. This show is brought to you by Fortreal Rei Ltd. And the entire essence of this goal is to educate you, to empower you, and literally give you all of the basic information that you will need as a real estate investing safely and rightly here in Abuja and, of course, Nigeria. This show is brought to you by Fortreal Rei Ltd, a real estate company right here in the city of Abuja. And this show comes your way every Friday. So you have to just stay in touch, subscribe so that you don't miss any episode of this show that happens every week on Fridays. And don't forget to like the video, drop a comment, and basically stay in touch. And importantly, we'd like for you to participate in this show. And how do you do that? You simply comment, ask questions, give us feedback. And in fact, we'll be happy to address whatever question you will have that will be waiting in the comment section. And I think it's a good time to hand over to the host.
Thank you, sir. My name is Raymond. So welcome to today's episode. Right is
maybe this one.
And Lisa.
Raymond Ijeomah.
This episode we'll be discussing 3 important questions. And they are, number 1 is, what is payment plan? Number 2 is your house a liability or an asset? And number 3 is talking about demolition. What to do to avoid demolition in Abuja. So let's get started. Okay, Mr. Victor, what is a payment plan? What is it?
Okay, so for me, a payment plan, I would like to define it from the word plan. It's actually you go to plan, you plan to pay. So there's always a plan.
This is our quotable quote man.
So for a plan, it's trying to have a schedule of payments. When a proper developer gives you an option of scheduling your payments, to me, that's what I should call a payment plan. They tell you, okay, pay a deposit and we can spread your balance across a period of, say, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, depending on what duration that developer actually gives to you. I think that's what a payment plan is when it comes to investing in real estate.
What I'll just say is we must acknowledge the fact that this is one of the best innovations that real estate companies, real estate developers have brought into the real estate sector in Nigeria. Prior to the inception of real estate companies, it's not every day you find an individual who is willing to give you, you take his land and then you spread payment across 12 months. Just on a light note, you may for some of those incidents, before you are done paying with the individual, maybe something happens or something, and then there are a lot of stories in between, right? So, but with the inception of real estate companies and developers, it is quite innovative in such a way that it provides not just an affordable medium of payment, but also a very flexible one. Yeah. In such a way that the civil servant can invest in real estate. Whoever you are, you can literally invest in real estate if you have the right. That's why you use the word plan. I mean, it's very critical in that phrase, right? So if you plan your funds very well, discipline with your savings and all of that, there is actually a payment plan for you. Whoever you are, there is a payment plan for you. So I think the part I'm just saying here is I encourage everybody out there, just find a payment plan that works. Reach out to your broker, your real estate agent, right? He or she can always find that product that works for you and then that will fit your payment plan. And I think permits me to add that some companies have some payment plans come with interest, right? So just ask questions to be sure if yours is coming with an interest or it's not coming with an interest. I think that's that.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sorry, I think there should be a duration.
Yes. Not in perpetuity.
Up to 36 months.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you think about having? So is it? I don't know if I should just let this go, but we should just chat about it. What do you think about a 36-month payment plan? Yeah, for me. Okay, let me get your thoughts before I go.
Now, just like you said, for what do they call them now? Civil servants. Some of them are really interested in investing in real estate. That's why most of them go for mortgages.
Yeah.
So when you have that long duration, it helps you to actually pay that money. Because some of them, those monies are actually removed from source when they are doing mortgage.
that's
If you are not doing a mortgage, that long duration will actually help you to want to actually invest.
All
You know, because when you hear there's a land for 4 million, you think of a salary of 250,000, and I'm like, God, when? Let me just continue renting and all of that. But when you hear that the duration is up to this, you'll be more confident to want to actually invest.
All right, that makes sense. I think the only thing I should just add is be sure of the developer, be sure of the real estate company, because 36 months is 3 years, right? So 3 years is a long time. If the developer is not credible, 3 years is a long time for a lot of things to happen.
And we don't have those kind of developers.
Yeah, of course. So I think just, of course, due diligence anywhere in between whatever investment you want to make. All right, so that's that.
So you can call payment plan the act of paying slow.
Yeah.
Pay it slow. So our second question is your house a liability or an asset? I mean, your house, is it a liability or an asset?
I'm looking my way.
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'm a lawyer. I'm not an expert, and I'm not an investment expert, but I've invested a lot in knowledge, and especially in respect to finance, investments, and all of that. So as a caveat, this is not an investment advice. This is a legal opinion from real estate lovers and real estate professionals. So my opinion on the issue of whether your house is an asset or not is quite subjective. So by the actual reality or understanding of a house, it is supposed to be an asset. Because in terms of categories of assets, it is considered as a fixed asset, right? So, and by our general definition of an asset, you're simply looking at, or not at the general now, at some level of definition of an asset, you're looking at anything that you own that can give you money, that brings money in, right? While a liability is what you owe or takes away money from you. So if we go by that explanation, a liability brings in, and then an asset brings in and a liability takes out. If we go by that level of definition, then it is okay to say that even though your house is a fixed asset, if it is not bringing in money, then subjectively it can be categorized a liability. But for example, you basically just live in a house, you do maintenance every year, you painting every year, the house doesn't bring you anything, right? At that point, it is safe to say that yes, by its fixed categorization, it is an asset, but by way of recurrent event, it becomes a liability.
They would call it the liable asset.
Okay. Okay, so Victor is saying it's a liable asset. Okay, so basically, so that in that context, one can say your house becomes a liability, but a house ordinarily shouldn't be a liability, and that's why I don't know if I should just go that direction yet, or I should allow somebody to say something first.
And personally, from there, I always say that until you own a property, you've not done the property.
And the other one, tell us the other one.
Until you own a land,
you have not landed.
You have not landed. So it's important to own this thing. Now, owning it and using it the right way is what actually makes it either an asset
or a liability.
There are people who own land in even prime locations, and those lands are just there. You could make money out of it, put it out on lease, give it to a church, give it to a restaurant, make it an event center or something that people can go, rent it, and you gain money from it. Instead of just leaving it there to be appreciated. It is appreciating, yes, but you can be having with correct.
So more specifically, a house. Because if it's a house that just, in fact, driving around Abuja, you realize that there are a lot of empty buildings. So instead of leaving those houses empty, literally they are empty like that, they are dilapidating, they are depreciating in value. It's just because in our own economy and our own reality, we find where people just fixed prices in a very monopolistic way, and if not by way of, if we do professional valuation at certain levels, those houses that have left for a long time, they're not really appreciating. They're just dilapidating and then depreciating. Basically, yeah, the land is what appreciates, yeah, but in terms of that house itself, it's losing value, right? So instead of just leaving it there, why not follow these strategies that you're bringing to the table?
And even if you are building a house for your own use, let there be possibly something like a big ship, right, where you can actually rent out. So from there, you could be gaining something to maintain the main house. So it's not just to have a house and living in it, paying light bill, paying, we call it ground rent or whatever it's called. You pay for security all by yourself from your own income and all of it. So there should be something, a big queue or something that you can give out for rent that can be bringing in money, so that the house you think is an asset doesn't become a liability.
That makes sense. I think we should just, of course, it's your money, right? It's not our money, it's your money. It's okay to do whatever you want to do with that money. I think we're having this conversation simply on the basis of what is and what is not. And then just as a way of we sharing our opinion on this subject matter. So if you have a lot of money and you have a house that you want to consider, just spend money, and that's not a problem for us, right? And then you have houses scattered around that are assets, then that covers whatever money you are spending on that particular one. But if you don't have all of that kind of money, then it makes sense to sort of bring in an idea like this. Instead of just having a big house, why not have a little bit behind and then let that bring in money to service the entire expenses?
Okay, thank you very much. So, our third question, we've heard about demolition a lot of time. Demolition, build houses, and the houses get demolished here in Abuja and other states in the country. So, our last question for today is, what is demolition and how do you avoid demolition in the states you are or in Abuja?
So if they want the demolition, I just want to explain it in the layman's language. So when you build your house, government now break it down. I can imagine how that feels. I have a personal experience, and I know. No, I've had in 2006. Yes, during the El-Rufai administration, we had several around, about 4 or 5 went down, and it was not a sweet experience. So, but generally, it is what it is. It's what has to be done. So, what to do to avoid it? Understand the plan for your area. Understand what the government wants for that part. If you do, you will know if you should actually buy that land there and build there. If you don't, then demolition is inevitable. Then follow the stipulated building plan for your area. If there's a plan to build a duplex and you are building a bungalow, definitely your house will go down. If you choose to build along the waterway, you choose to build along access road, definitely your house should go down. So there are just certain things you just need to do. Follow the right channel to acquiring your land, follow the right procedure to building and all of that, then definitely demolition will come your way. Yeah.
Any comments, sir?
I would have said no comments to avoid so that all of the stuff go to him. But okay, I think it just makes sense to add that, for example, Abuja. In fact, people used to think that demolition only happens in Abuja, right? And you hear clients say stuff like that. They go Lagos, so Abuja, they're demolishing every day, here and there. But the last incident, Lagos demolition went viral. And so it's not Abuja specific. The issue of demolition is a matter of enforcing the law and enforcing the rights. Like you said, it's not a funny experience. Nobody smiles about it. Nobody should be happy about it. In fact, in my opinion, nobody should be happy doing it, right? But it just has to be done. for a place like Abuja, Abuja is a purpose-built city. Abuja was intentionally designed. In other words, the master plan is detailed. So everything has a position, right? Or everything ordinarily should have a position. And because of that, if you do the wrong thing in the right place or do the right thing in the wrong place, then that becomes an issue subject to demolition. If it doesn't happen today, it may happen tomorrow. My lecturer in the university will say, a Pharaoh that knew not Joseph. When that Pharaoh comes, the house of Joseph will be demolished. Right? I think that so it just makes sense that we know the where we're investing to make sure that there's building approval, and you have the right documents, involve the right professionals before you do anything. Don't just go to the locals and buy a house and begin to build. The fact that you build it in 3 months doesn't mean, the faster you build it, the faster it will go down. Right? So I think it's just being careful, applying due diligence before you make any investment in any city, not just Abuja.
I think those who are also building, because we see estates that are even approved being demolished, and there are standards to building. If you don't follow that standards, definitely they'll come for you.
We have I had this client who said, why are we insisting on a particular building plan, that the house he bought inside one estate mentioned with the name of an estate. And I told him that if that estate is a serious estate based on Abuja standards, then something is wrong somewhere. Because they will not allow you build. Every estate that is designed and approved has a specific building pattern that has been approved for that particular estate. So everybody cannot be having a duplex and you decide to build a bungalow because you like bungalows, right? So there's a specific approved building plan for that estate, and you just have to stick to it to avoid issues. So even if at an estate, demolition can happen.
That's right.
Yeah. So I think just stay on the right side. That's all.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for the time and the education. So it's a wrap today. Thank you for your time. Hope you learned a lot. We look forward to seeing you in the next episode come Friday. Any questions, drop them in the comment section. I will be ready to answer your question. Have a great day and bye for now.